Morning, fam. I just want to give you a little bit of encouragement for today as we start out this week. Here in Virginia, it's a little gray. We got some overcast. I'm just out walking my dog. You can see her down there. Roxy, say hi to the camera. Yeah, not impressed, right? But anyway, I wanted to come out and just tell you quickly that if you're facing some challenges, if you are unsure of how you're going to get some things done, let me give you this crazy word of encouragement that comes right out of the Bible from the book of Judges. And it comes from Judges. The story of Gideon is really in chapters 6 through 8. But just to cover a piece of it, Gideon had been, let me say this. The Midianites, I guess, were kind of taking the food resources from the Israelites. And so, obviously they didn't have Safeway and Giant and all the stores that we have today, right? And so the Midianites were taking the food supplies and resources from the Israelites. And so Gideon finds himself threshing wheat in the wine press. Now, the thing that's significant about that is that the wine press was where you would make wine. It's not where you would thresh wheat. Wheat would traditionally be threshed in a large area, maybe on a hill, somewhere where you could utilize wind to blow away the chaff, so the unneeded shells. Okay, and I don't know much about wheat. I'm from New York City, so but I know that much. And so Gideon finds himself in the wine press, and he's threshing wheat because he doesn't want the Israelites to see him. Okay, the Midianites to see him, because he doesn't want them to take his resources. And so God comes to him through via message of an angel, or by an angel. God sends an angel to him while he's in the wine press to let him know that God is with you. The angel tells him that the Lord is with you, and he calls him a man of valor. Okay, and Gideon doesn't understand what's really going on, but God is going to use Gideon to defeat the Midianites. Okay, but Gideon's in the wine press because he doesn't want the Midianites to take his resources as he's preparing the wheat, and so he's hiding kind of in the wine press so he's not seen. And God would send the angel to him to let him know that the angel would tell Gideon that God is with you. And so and I just thought, first point, sometimes when we're in a place where it's uncertain, there's uncertainty, and we're not comfortable, I think the Lord wants you to know this morning that, first off, he's with you. Okay, even when you're in the valley, even when you're in a space that's not comfortable, he's with you. The second thing is that God would have Gideon to get an army together, about 32,000 men. All right, this is really interesting here. So Gideon's able to rally up 32,000 men, and then God would begin the process of weeding through who he could use to go to battle with. And 22,000 of the men would be dismissed. Okay, they just they were unsure, they had fear, and God couldn't use them. And so now his army went from 32,000 down to 10. Okay, and then God would have a second round of determining who's going to be fit for battle versus who isn't, and 9,700 men would be dismissed, and then Gideon would be left with 300. Now, if you go back and read some of the story, and I know this is long, but I'll wrap it up in a second. The Midianites' army was so big, the Bible describes it as like looking at locusts. If you've ever seen locusts in the sky, they just cover it. It's just a massive amount. And so the Midianites have an army so large it's like locusts in the sky, just covering the land, right? And God would leave Gideon with 300 men to defeat the Midianites. And so the second point I just want to leave you with, and to encourage you with, really more importantly, is that it doesn't matter what your resources look like. When God sends you somewhere, or clears a path for you to walk, or sends you to a certain place to do a certain work, or when God has something for you, it belongs to you. And God told Midian that, listen, with these 300 men, you're going to defeat You're going to defeat the Midianites. And it didn't matter that their army was massive and that Gideon started out with 32,000 men, but would only end up with 300 to defeat this massive army. When God is on your side, it's victory. And so this morning, I just want to say to you that if you're wondering, how you're going to get through it and, how do I make a way? God is just incredible at taking things that don't look normal and providing the miracle, right? And that's why we lean on him and we call on him for everything, because he can make a way out of no way. Gideon would go on to defeat this massive Midianite army with only 300 dudes. Yeah, that's power. So today, if you're wondering how you're going to do it, and it might look scary, it may not look comfortable, think about Gideon and how God took 300 soldiers and defeated a massive army. When God is on your side, there's nothing you can't do. Rest it in his hands today, okay? Whatever you're dealing with, put it in his hands and watch what he does. Amen? All right, fam. Hope this blesses you. Talk to you next time.